Just left, find me the one. I miss the place. You built a killer with us, no good face.
Okay, here we are. Having some technical difficulties. Got kicked out of TikTok. They banned me. So we're streaming live on through the phone, and we're also doing Twitch and YouTube. So anyways, I'm gonna play back the song right now so we can take a listen to the song. We're gonna mix it from scratch. I'm gonna go over a few things and let's go. Break me now, I don't even need just left. Find me the one. I miss the place. You built a killer with us, no good face. Okay, so we're going through the song and just labeling all the different markers as we mix. It's very crucial to know where we're at in the song. But my settings change. If you go to settings and Pro Tools preferences, I like my markers to go all the way through. Where's the setting? There we go. You can see it here. I like these colors to always show. I've always done it that way, and because I've always done it that way, I'm used to it. So if I don't have it, it just throws me off. I'm a creature of habit. Road. So that is the song. Today we are starting the mix for Stone by Cocho Attack, and it's it's a crusher. The one thing that I kind of had to do in advance was check the the drums. So we didn't get split out drums. We had like just drum one wave file for the drums for all the drums. Usually you want to split out so you can have more control and take care of things. But that wasn't the case. That these drums he worked off of a wave file. But I went in there and I programmed drums samples. So I'm gonna play the drums real quickly by themselves. So those are the drums we had, and then I went to add some triggers, and I did it with. It was pretty laborious, so I went to Audio Suite here on Pro Tools. So you click the track you want to do that trigger, and I went to XML Audio, and I used their addictive trigger. So you see it here, it's gonna pop up, and actually so yeah, here's the retrigger, really cool plugin. And I hit so this is the preview button. I hit the preview button. So this is a threshold to see what I want to trigger for. I'm right now re-triggering the sample. So what I'm first gonna do is come to this side where it says blend, and I'm gonna go addictive drum all the way because I don't want the original sound. I just want the re-triggered sound so I can take this drum sample. So we're gonna play it, and now you hear that it's only grabbing the my threshold. So these are more or less the snares. So that was pretty easy enough for the snares. So once I kind of find the settings I like, I went through a bunch of snares. They have all these here available. Once I did that, I rendered it, and then I went to the kick. So this was a little trickier. As I mentioned, there is no individual files. Usually, you'll get the individual files from a session. Like you'll get the multi splits from a drum kit. So you have kick, snare, toms, overheads, room mics, and with like the close miking of the kicks, you can just take that file and use it to retrigger. But that was not the case. So we had to get creative. So the creative part was these are the kicks. So I should set the threshold a little lower because they're doing like blast beats. And when you come here now, so I did that. It had obviously all the snare hits too, but I took it for what I can do with it. So this was why I did this yesterday, because it's going to take me a second to do all of it. And then I went by hand. It just matched everything. So you see, here's the snare. I was chopping anything that got re-triggered additionally. And then the drums I kind of just programmed by hand. So it's a lot of work, but I wanted to have the control of the kick and the snare. I needed an additional kick and snare. And this is the set re-triggered kick and snares, because you can see, watch too. There's 3 sections to the song, so I had to go through each section, line up the kicks, and do all that madness. And then I just copied and pasted it. But I wanted to make sure that I had this because you need reinforcements of a kick and snare for most metal music, and this allowed me to have that. And here's the drum. This is just the kick and the snare that I created samples. I mean retriggers. So, you know, and this is like the drum. The drums sound pretty good. I like the drums, but when you have a dense mix, they're not gonna cut through. So that's just the drums. So now I'm adding the kick and the snare. So it just weight and depth to it that we really needed. So that is important to have that. So, okay, so we're gonna go back to just kind of prepping the session. I just wanted to go over that first because for this song, I definitely needed to get that out of the way before we started the stream because I just didn't know how long it was gonna take and see how it worked. I have no idea who you are, but so okay, so that was how we started yesterday. Today we already got the intro cooking. So the intro is pretty chill. I went through the markers too. The markers are a big thing for me. I like to have markers as far as where the sections of the song goes, so I know what's happening at any given time. So we can go like, hey, let's work on the, what do we have? We have the bridge. You know, just quick key it to the bridge. With Pro Tools, after you make markers on the numeric keypad, you go point, let's say 4 point. That's the marker for the bridge. It goes straight to the bridge, and then like I'll loop that, and like I'll be working on that section, and it's really clutch just to have that together as I'm working, because you just want efficiency and you want to be able to like to dive in and not worry about a lot of like little things. So okay, the other thing we have to do is color code. So I'm a big color coding guy. I like to have the session and the elements all colored a certain way. So I got the drums selected, and with the drums, they're this bottom purple. And then we're gonna go to the bass. Bass. The bass is always number 2 green, and so is the 808s. And then we have the guitars. I think we have one guitar we have to get rid of. Okay, so these are labeled wrong. So let's fix that. I was like, what's going on? I took one track into solo safe, so it was playing before. I mean, it was playing regardless of what was soloed. Okay, so that guitar sounds good. we have 2 guitars. We're going to color those here. And then we have, so that was a bad guitar stem that had the DI. So we're going to get rid of that. And then we have the clean DIs. So the reason I have the DIs is so I can feed it additional guitar simulator guitar amp simulator. I'm going to use a different guitar amp than what he has just to kind of maybe find tones that I need. So this is the verse. You know, there's not a ton of vocals, so we're just going to put everything under the same color. Okay, and then the next thing we have to do is we're going to start with the gain staging. So we're going to create a new track. To create a new track in Pro Tools, Command-Shift-N. And then I'm going to select stereo, and then I'm going to go down to Master Fader. So this right here, this vocal group is it's the vocals with some processing that the artist did, but I don't like it too much because like it doesn't really do too much. It's just like a basic plugin, and I want to control from each individual sections because when you're doing that stuff, when you're mixing a track, you kind of want to have a little more control per section, and I just had there for a reference, but we're gonna turn the track off. We're not gonna use it, so I'm actually just gonna hide it, but I'm gonna keep it in session in case anything pops up. Okay, so now we have the master track. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to take all the tracks that are active, and I'm going to group them because we're doing the gain staging. So let me show you. You can see here that it's in the master, we're in red, and it's 6 dBs over 0. We don't want that. We want everything below 0 to start the gain staging process. So this is the master bus that everything's routed to. I grouped everything here. So I'm going to start lowering everything together until we are below the red. Okay, so that's kind of where we want it to be. That was negative, what was that? Negative 4.8. So that brought us underneath. So, and the reason I'm doing this is because now it's going to allow us to have plenty of headroom to start working. As you start adding plugins, you're going to have so every plugin that you feed, if you're feeding it super hot, it's getting processed inside that plugin. A lot of the plugins were emulations of old gear, and you wanted to feed a good signal into the equipment, and you would, you wouldn't just go to the red. Like obviously you can do that whenever you want if you're looking for an effect, if you're trying to do something very just heavy handed and you want to like just create like a sonic character, but for the most part you're trying to like give yourself some headroom and you're trying to gain stage things in the way. And when you put plugins, a lot of those plugins, as I mentioned, you want to level it, you want to feed it a good level. You don't want to feed it into the red. You want to feed it something that like you can see. And this right here automatically too with Pro Tools, because if you have everything this loud as it's going through the master bus, you're going to start hearing clipping. And we don't want to hear digital clipping. There is an instance where you do that, like sometimes with like 808s and Ableton. I would do that, and also with Pro Tools, like I'll create an aux system where like I'm feeding it hotter into certain master bus plugins because I want that distortion. and then you use like a clip where you soften it up. But that's not the case here. We're just trying to balance everything out. We're trying to get a good balance. We're trying to get headroom, and then we're gonna start adding, because when you add plugins, you're gonna get louder. So if we're already too loud, we're just gonna start clipping. And I want to focus more on musical elements in the mix as opposed to just trying to fix problems like, oh hey, we're distorting. So starting a little bit different. And I think that's just like a big thing with your mixing is gain staging. If you properly gain stage, you can go far. So
I every flame striking again. Fire in my feet, no turning back. I'm not a fake, not a curse, not a crowd.
okay, so we're still. I had to actually do some more lowering because it was not all the way. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on heat, and this is a Pro Tools feature. Let's go back to the Pro Tools page. So if we click on our track, we can show heat, and if we click, this is always a pain. If you click here, there we go. We have heat over here. So it's just like a hidden column that you can show. Turn it on. Now, I have it one to the left on the drive and one to the left on the tone, because that's just how that's been the tone that I like. And I treat it like a tape machine type thing, or because that's kind of what I think it was created under. The people that built this is our Crane Sun, and they built some of the best plugins. They've done the Phoenix 2, and they've built some of the top end hardware pieces for studios. And it's a great emulation that I like to have. It's just character. It's got like this tone to it that's just kind of tapey. So I'm a big believer in kind of set your settings and work with it to mix to it. So I have it on those settings. Those are the settings I've liked throughout the years. So I kind of always just leave it start to there. So I either use it or I don't use it, but those are the settings I use because that's what I like. It's a little darker. I'm not because with anything I'm doing, like I'm not trying to add too much top end, because that's the trick with with digital box mixing. Because this song we're gonna mix completely in the box is if you start adding too much top end, it gets brittle, it gets like really harsh. And I'm trying to emulate what a warm mix would be, which is having the warmth, like, but and that's also how a lot of old records they were done to tape, right? So like when I'm setting these drums and these guitars into the heat, it's just kind of giving you a little bit of taste of tape. So that's the second thing. So gain staging first, add the heat,
I every flame striking.
and I'm gonna check right now the meters, and
I every flame striking again. Fire in my feet, no turning back. I'm not a fake.
we're still good. So we're still in the green, and now we're gonna start adding some presets into the session. Not preset. We're gonna start adding some. I'm gonna import session data. So last week I did that for the mix, and I'll do it again for this mix. Last mix we did like a SoFi. Hey man, how are you? And it was a lo-fi mix, but it was the same kind of like rock drums, guitars, and we're gonna do the same here. And then it kind of like lets you get ahead of your mix. So I don't have a template that I use all the time because I feel that every different mix requires different elements. So this is a rock mix. I do a bunch of hip hop, a lot of R&B, and dance. So whenever I do that, I'll go to sessions that I have like these presets as far as like these auxes with reverbs or compression chains that I like, and I'll import those to the session. Because if I just always start with that, I'm going to be removing more than I'm like, oh, hey, like this isn't like a hip hop track, so I don't need all these different tracks. Because every style of music kind of commands a different thing to do. So, yeah. And for the Pro Tools guys, the first thing I'm going to do is Option Shift I, and that's going to bring up my import session data. And so we're just going to go to last week's track because that had real or program drums, but realish sounding drums. And let's go find it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna open that up. Oh, you know what? Let me do the first version because the first version had a little bit more top end, and I definitely want more top end. Here is my window for. Yeah, I produce music, I mix and master as well. Are you a musical artist or do you produce as well? Let me show you this real quickly though. So this is session import session data. I'm gonna go do. I don't want to import the audio stuff, so no clips, and then I don't want the volume automation. I just want the main output assignment, and the same with the sends, because I'll have to adjust that to this track. And so here I'm adding just like different auxes. Like this is all my parallel compression stuff I like. This is some vocal processing I really like. And this is my routing system that I use for in the box mixes. My parallel bus for the whole thing. This I'm going to match to the master we already have. And then we're going to have to relabel that, but yes, that's stereo aux. So it's going to import all that right now. And so yeah, so it does that. So now I am going to relabel the master aux, the stereo aux. So that's just going to be changed to stereo aux mix. And let's see. I'm going to turn off all the plugins on the master bus because I don't want to hear that yet. I want to route everything first, and then I want to make those judgment calls as we start loading things up. So the cool thing with the Pro Tools, Shift A automatically puts everything on bypass. So all right, so now let's grab the stuff I added for the drums. We have a drum master. I'm gonna add all those all the way up to drum VCA. Grab those, drag them up here, and the drums are going to go all the way to, what is this track called? Drum master. So the output of the drums, the 3 drum tracks I have is going there. Let's see. Cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to group the drums. So Command G, and I'm going to put drum, DRM, MST. And then I'm going to go to this track right here, the drum VS VCA, and I'm going to assign it to that group of drums. So whenever I do any volume rides on that one, it controls all the tracks. Okay, cool. So we have it going, my drums are going to the Shadow Hills mastering compressor, the plugin, and we're working out of that right now. Huh. Hold on, there's like an issue with the... No, it's fine. Are we back on live? Yeah, so for some reason I got kicked out of TikTok. I don't know why. TikTok banned me from using my Restream thing. Wasn't a fan of it, but we're just doing it by the phone. All right, so the drums are there, and then I have all these parallel compression tracks set up: the Devil Lock, the Kick and Snare Crush, the Drum Dirt, and I have like two just regular compression parallel compressors. These right here, I'm going to turn all the way down, all the parallel compressors. But first, I'm going to send everything that I want to send over there. So the Drum Crush, I'm going to send it at 0, Drums Dirt 0. So I'm sending the full signal to these parallel compressors for the drums, so I have full control from, and then like, so it's getting the full sound, and then I blend them in. So Drum Crush, lowercase, and then the kick and snare, since I have a kick and snare sample here, I'm gonna send those individually. So the kick track, I'm gonna send it over to K and S Crush. Then I'm just gonna copy that over to the snare. Okay. So all that's being routed to my subgroup, my sub aux group. This is based on the SSO console, where there's a bunch of VCA groups and master groups that you assign everything to, and they're all getting kind of touched. And so I do that, and I have a drum master that feeds into the music master. Then I have the vocal master, or the vocal group master, and then I have the effects for the vocal effects or any effects that I'm using. And I add the, I guess this is a G bus computer or G bus compressor, the legacy one from UAD. There's a new one, kind of like the old one better. Probably haven't dived into the old one enough, but I'm a creature of habit. I know what I know. And so I have that on there. So the drums are automatically being fed there too. I just want to hear how it's working with the drum compression. I mean, with the SSL compressor plus the Shadow Hills compressor. And now, and you can see my faders. So we're gonna do a quick A and B. I'm mixing. I'm mixing a track by Killtro Attack. He is a metal artist, and I'm mixing the track from scratch. So I'm just going through the process right now, and I'll be here probably a few hours. All right, so back to the parallel compression. I sent it out I've sent everything out. Now I'm going to take off all the parallel compressors that I added. Hold on, let's solo this. So this is no parallel compressing. On TikTok, it's going to be a little hard to kind of get the whole vibe. This is streaming on Twitch, and I think also we're also live on YouTube, and then we're going to be putting the whole video on YouTube, and it's live on Twitch for a day. So if you want to get the full audio quality, right now you're just getting my phone. TikTok, don't ban me. But it's for everybody else, I'm gonna go play. I'm gonna AB it again. So this is the drums without any parallel compression. And now we're gonna add parallel compression. Like 5% more attack and kick from everything. So that is what I like. I might add some more as we're going across. Like we're gonna hear this more too as we add the bus compression. I just wanted to give everything a little bit of something so we can kind of know where we're at. As soon as we start turning on the plugins for the compression, it's gonna make another. It's gonna bring everything up. Please sing Ed Sheeran. I do not sing, and I am mixing, but I appreciate the thought. Ed Sheeran's amazing, but I'm mixing a metal track by Killer Attack. Okay, so now I'm going to take all the guitars here that we have, and I'm going to route them all, the output, to my music all. Because right now I have internal mixing, and then I have internal mixing, so I have to get everything in there. Okay, so that's routed in there. And what I'm going to do too with the bass is I have a parallel compressor called Fatso. So I'm going to send it to that. So under the bus, I'm going to send to the Fatso. Where are you? There it is. Cool. And like I like to send it all, and then I'll just lower it from, I'll blend it into the mix. Oh yeah, Pearl Jam's amazing. Love Pearl Jam. A huge fan. I think, let me see. I like the first 6 records, maybe 5 records. I forgot the 10 versus Vitology, No Code, Binarial. What else was there? I forgot the name of the one after that one, but there's like a handful more, like just wonderful records. Great band. Okay, so then I have this thing called the rear bus. Nice. What's your favorite album from Pearl Jam? Also saw them live, I think twice. Some of the best shows ever. I'm okay, bud. All you. So we're gonna send this to the rear bus. And so the rear bus works as a parallel compressor for all the music. And if I see it, here you go. Rear bus. Again, I like to just send it all the way. I would send all of it into it. So I have to go to the rear bus in the back here, and I'm gonna lower it all the way down because I want to make sure I control it. To me, it's a big thing about having just the right controls. And actually, I don't have to have that on. So, but I want to see how it sounds. Oh, awesome record. Yeah, I love that one. That might be my first, second best record from the band. Okay, let me see. So guitars, and then we have these clean DIs that we're gonna focus on a little bit later. The clean DIs are here. So if you're not familiar with the stuff, it's a direct signal from the guitar that doesn't touch any amps, so we can have it here and do our thing to it. There we go. No, I got banned from TikTok for some reason. I usually do Restream, and they banned me, so I have my phone, which is not the greatest. I gotta figure out how I can do it with the phone, but I'm on Twitch too, and you can get the screen share, you get the video. Like, that is my screen share for the moment, unfortunately. So, at some point today, we're gonna, actually pretty soon, we're gonna go through these DIs, and we're gonna find an amp sound that complements what we already have. The goal is to have these clean DIs, maybe find a range that we're missing from the original guitar amp, and just trying to, we just want more clarity and create like a full dense mix. So okay, and then the vocals, we're gonna take all the vocals and we're gonna put them into the hook aux. Yes, okay, cool. So and then I'm gonna route this to, I have parallel compressors. I'm a parallel compressor guy, so we're gonna go to 2 parallel compressors. One's called the Vox Pop Crush, and send that all the way in there. And then we're also going to send it okay, so I guess we gotta do it on individual tracks. I'm gonna max that one all the way out, and then I'm gonna bring that channel slowly into the mix to achieve however much additional loudness or what I'm trying to get out of that sound. Yeah, and you can see now that, like, here. Alright, so we're peaking on all our on our master bus. I'm going here to my SSL compressor, where I have all the drums going, and I'm just lowering the makeup because I don't want it to go into the red yet. So the drums are being fed into this music aux, and I'm going to kill down. I'm going to go to 0 with the music, the makeup, gain. I have the master bus group. I have these master auxes, the drum, music, Vox, and FX, and they're all routed to a VCA so I can control all their volumes. Because you see, I'm peaking again in the master. So when I started the song, I lowered everything, all the stems, so I can have plenty of headroom. And now that we've added some processing, we're back to peaking. So I'm going to lower those groups because I don't want anything peaking as we start going into the master 2 bus. So it's super simple. It's already kind of done. So I'm just lowering it, and I'm going to look at the master, the meter here. Cool. So we are doing pretty well with the headroom and the gain staging stuff. So let's take a look. All right. Let's see. First plugin we have is the Brainworks, the V3 equalizer. It's a stereo. It has got mid-side. It's a mastering level plugin, but it works on anything. You can put it in your mix. You can put it in your instruments. So there's a few things I like about this one. This one has a mono maker because I like to keep the low end mono up until a certain frequency. So it's nice and tight, especially if you start playing it like in bigger systems where they have like subs. And the other thing is going to be called the stereo width. And the stereo width, I put at 1/16. So it's basically just widening the mix. And it just kind of, what it's trying to emulate is what you would do with a console or with outboard gear. You send it out, and it naturally, since it's going through different circuitry, it just starts to like open up and widen. And this just kind of gives you some of that feeling. We're going to follow that by adding the J tape, or the J37 tape. It's a Waves plugin, and you can see it here.
Your soul, not a curse, not a ground.
Okay, so the next plugin I have on this chain, it's the Neve 33609, which is a compressor. I don't know if we're gonna keep it because this record has a lot of transients that need to cut and hit. This one's a little gooier. But we're going to put it on now, see how it sounds, kind of make sure we have the right levels and we have everything going well, and see if it works. Because the one thing that I want to keep with this track is I want the transients to cut. I want the attack to hit, so.
Not a curse, not a ground, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a ground, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul. Stop on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need just left. Find me now, the place you built a killer with us, no confess. throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul.
Okay, that seems to be doing something pretty cool. Next thing I'm going to do is add the Pultec. This is the EQP-1. It's a legendary Pultec EQ. Going to be doing a little bit of low end stuff like 100 and then some top end from the 10K. And we're just going to do some light boosting.
Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul. Stomp on the dirt, I rooted to death. Break me now, I don't even need your slip. Find me the word, I missed the place. You built a killer with us, no confess.
Okay, so that Pultec added a nice little attack in the top end, which I thought was great. The low end, it had a slight boost, but not too much. And the next plugin in the chain is the Massenburg Design Works. And I'm doing this one, I don't think I'm doing much on the low end, like 30 hertz, almost a dB for a little bit of warmth. And then we still go back to the top end here. This is the 16K range.
Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can.
So, like, already I'm starting to notice that the hi-hats and like the cymbals are really hot. So we're gonna go to the drum track that has it, because we don't have these split out. So we're gonna be getting some creative stuff to do here.
Not a curse.
So I'm adding the Pro Q4, and then I'm gonna do a sweep. I'm gonna put a Q around here, around 3 maybe. And we're gonna find the frequencies of the cymbals and try to see if we can just kind of like control them a little bit more. So that frequency right there is the one. So I just like to do dynamic and lower it. And then it's gonna be in chains. I have to add different layers because it will not. If you do too much with one, it just sounds dull and dead. And you want to like kind of like stagger it so it just kind of works together and it feels more natural. Okay, so I hear it here, but I don't want to take the attack of the snare. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to stereo placement and go to side. And you see it there too, like the cymbals are much more pronounced than the sides. And so let's listen to the drums without either of the plugins. And now we're gonna add, now we're adding the plugins back. Okay, I think we gotta go with Soothe as well. It's just not doing enough of it, and like we need to lower it. They have this cool preset here. it's a lot, but we kind of need it. So just adding all the different layers. We have Soothe. We have two instances of Pro Q4, and then we have Soothe. So we have 3 things going on.
Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul. Stop on the third and
So I'm adding the BXXLV3. This has a really cool saturation. The XL feature right here. And I have it in the mid, low, mid, high, and the sides. So I'm actually gonna lower the sides, because the sides have all the information of the hi-hats, and I don't want to keep adding more stuff to that because I want to control that more. But
not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul. Stop on the third and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need your slip. Find me the one, I missed the place. You built a killer with that no cold face.
okay, the next plugin I added was the Pro MB, which is the multi-band. And then I'm just again adding top end from the mid range from the midpoint of this one is like 4.2, but it's like a pretty long band width for the band. And then the same thing I'm lifting from 15K and above. All this is to kind of give it clarity and give it the hi-fi sound. So
Not a curse, not a crown.
okay, I just added the next plugin, which is the black box analog design saturation machine. This is a little too much.
Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final.
So I actually, like, off rip, I don't think I'm going to use it because it just doesn't sound good. So we're going to move up the chain here. We're going to add the ozone.
Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul. Not a curse.
So this is doing a lot, and the reason is because the ozone has multiple units inside of it. So we have EQ, we have an imager, we have a clarity, which is kind of like a saturation thing to kind of give you that mid and top range. Stabilizer kind of like handles the overload of any frequencies to kind of balance it better. Dynamic EQ to capture and lower anything that's kind of still bugging. And then the maximizer, which is the ultimate like loudness to kind of like, you know, your limiter. And this was really powerful because they have this one, the modern one and the transient one. It's under their IRC4. Those really are great because they make sure you don't lose a transient. And with this type of music with the kick, you want the transient.
Not a curse, not a crown.
Okay, so we're going to start from just the equalizer. We're going to start adding all of these into it to make sure we're getting the right thing. And I can see too that we're also clipping.
Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul.
they have this cool delta feature. You can see here, delta, and you can hear what the plugin itself is doing, which I love that feature. So with this track not having the control for the overheads, I feel that we can't raise the top because here we're listening just to what the EQ is doing, and usually I have a higher curve at the top to open it up. But because when we were doing that, like you'll hear it now, the cymbals were just going so crazy. Like you can't do that. So we're lowering it, and then also we're pushing the EQ band to start sooner. And we're doing, instead of doing like one of these, we're doing one of these, like the body. It's like a bigger curve because I don't want it to pierce the way that I'm hearing it pierce here. Because then that's just as we start going through all the different modules on Ozone, we're gonna get louder, and we're just gonna hear more of that. And like we don't want to hear too much of those cymbals. We have to find the balance.
Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul.
So we're gonna go back to the first plugin here, the Brainworks, because they have EQ and side EQs, and we're gonna look for the frequencies, and I think we're gonna lower some of it as well through here. Yeah, that 10K is just piercing. So
not a curse, not a just your soul. Stop on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need your blood. Find me the one, I miss the place. You better kill it with that no confess.
cool. So we're gonna add the imager now. That's the next module on the Ozone.
Not a curse, not a crown, just a will.
Yeah, so this is like a widening tool, and I have so much of this already going on that like I'm gonna lower the amount. So you can see here, it's just cool. You have the amount here. We're in Delta mode, which is just showing us what the plugin's actually doing, and we're choosing the amount of what we're trying to get done.
Better kill it with that no confess.
Awesome. I really like where that added just a little bit more clarity, but it didn't make anything harsh. So we are going to clarity, which is the third module. Okay. No, we don't do that.
Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. Oh, I'm the grumpy.
Okay, so this is clarity and this is the delta, so we're listening to what it's doing. It's sounding... It's kind of cool because it's bringing the vocal forward. Okay, so we're gonna turn on the stabilizer now. This is the following module. You know what? It's actually doing. So I'm switching it here from the shape to cut feature, and it's grabbing the top end, which I'm liking because it's kind of it's different. I've never used it for that. Always used it for shape, and it just adds more. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool.
You never drown. You get through your final blow. Underground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a ground. Just a well you never drown. You can throw your final blow. Underground.
Yeah, I was going back and forth between shape and cut, and cut's kind of the one that I like the most. So let's go to the next one. Dynamic EQ. Let's hear what it's doing. Yeah, it's getting those like It's great. Love it.
Oh, your final blow. Underground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a ground. Just a well you never drown. You can throw your final blow. Underground bandage your soul. Stop on the dirt, I rooted to death. Break me now, I don't even need your slip. Find me the one, I'm in.
Okay, I'm enjoying everything we're doing here. Okay, so he did send me a vocal stack with the lows, and it's just like not.
Stop on the dirt, I rooted you death. Break me now, I don't even need you.
It's not. It just sounds very. It sounds very like phasey, like we put a flanger on it. I think we're gonna mute that track.
The dirt, I rooted you death. Break me now, I don't even need your slip.
Okay, so the last plugin in the chain is the modulation plugin. I mean, the module on Ozone is, what are we at? Maximizer. But I need to add metric AB so I can kind of see where we are loudness wise.
Stop on the dirt, I rooted you death. Break me now, I don't even need.
Like even with that plugin, it's already like super loud. So this one has 3 dB of gain. We're gonna lower it to like 1.
Stop on the dirt, I rooted you death. Break me now, I don't even need your slip. Find me the one, I miss the place. You built a killer with a stone cold face.
Okay, and then let's hear what that one does.
Stop on the dirt, I rooted you death. I'm not the no. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will you never drown. You throw your final blow. Underground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will you never drown. And throw your final blow.
So we have this upward compress thing that it's doing, and I'm gonna lower some of that because I'm hearing so much of the top mid range and like some of the high end. And I want, again, we're still kind of dealing with that because the cymbals are so loud, but we want the drums to attack. We want the everything to work. So we're gonna kind of work around it. And sometimes I would, for the most part, I would add more, but I would add more top end, but with this level, we're not. So we're probably going to try different things in the mix, in the separate elements to kind of control that. We're not doing a crazy ton of compression here too. You can see like we're just like -1. We have a soft clip going on. Okay, taking the soft clip off. Oh wow. We're gonna lower it. Okay, that soft clip did a lot. Really impressed. Okay. We're not turning true pick on. We're gonna lower it even, like the output level a little bit more. Okay. Okay, yeah. I think this is adding what we want. So I'm gonna turn the delta off and we're gonna listen to it with adding that into the chain of everything.
I'm not the no, not a curse, not a proud. Use the will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground beneath your soul. Not a curse, not a proud. Use the will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the I'm not the no, not a curse, not a
Okay, so we're gonna add the final plugin in the chain, which is the BX True Peak Limiter. Favorite plugin. Favorite limiter. We're not gonna go too much louder because we're already at a very loud level. Let's just kind of get some numbers. This is 140. So let's see, Nick Fever. This website kind of gives you just calculators for your for BPMs, because there's some units that are some reverb or delay units that are you can measure by you have to measure it by milliseconds, and or you have to type it in, and this kind of gives you that information. But I'm going to do that so we can time the limiter so it can start. It works. It's working in like almost like a the limiting is going to be working at the BPM that I put it. So this track is 140. So since I'm going to go down here and under the 8th, it's 214. We're going to pull this guy up here. It's not too far actually. 214. So it's the release, it's going to be set to kind of go off, let go in rhythm to the music, the tempo of the music. So it's like opening up and keeping it musical, and it's not like holding it too long. It's just kind of going, you know, that way we're not really, we keep the low end alive.
I'm not the no, not a curse, not a
So this plugin also has the XL feature from the from Brainworks, but I don't use it on this one. I don't want to. I want to have that separate. I like that on the V3. On here, I'm only kind of just adding gain, and then I actually do use this foundation sometimes with like controlling the low end and the top end, because it is clutch to sometimes just tilt the low end down because like you have it where you want it, but you just need it to be lowered a little bit so the top end can breathe at the final limiting stage, and also so like the low end maybe isn't like hitting the meters too hot. So I try to do that. Let's see.
I'm not the no, not a curse, not a proud. Use the will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground beneath your soul. Not a curse, not a proud. Use the will to never drown.
okay, so I had to add another EQ. I'm sitting at a very low level here, and it's not a low. Okay, let's lower the level of volume in the studio, and let's see how much more we have to lower that cymbal, because it's like it's just like overtaking everything. But the cool thing is we are now at the loudness level that we're looking to deliver to the client, so it's fairly loud, and we've been gain staging the whole time, and we've been trying to control this top end of the cymbals, because once we can control this the top end of the cymbals, then we can kind of blend things even better. We have more control as we start diving into each individual element.
Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow at the ground beneath your soul. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow at the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the
Okay, so what we're gonna do now is just listen back. Pre 2-bus processing, post 2-bus processing. And the reason that I think it's so important for me to put this whole chain on early in the mix is because I'm gonna be mixing into it and making the most educated decision, because when I get it to this loudness level and I'm getting it close to what the final is, like I'm a few dBs off, but before I was like 8 to 10 dBs off. Now that we're closer and we have a better idea, all the moves we're making are much more well educated. Because I used to mix at a lower level and submit mixes much lower to mastering, and they would get mastered, and then elements would pop out. You'd be like, oh, this kind of changed in the master. This kind of did that. So I started mixing it louder. It's like a Mike Dean thing that he's talked about, and I think a lot of other guys do that too. And I like it because I know as soon as I started doing that, like there's less revisions on the mastering side, or just less revisions, as like, because a lot of artists are gonna A/B your song to what their favorite song. So like, let's say this is some modern heavy metal, so like you'll probably hear like, I don't know, Sleep Token, Bad Omens, stuff like that. That stuff is super loud. So like off rip, you're just gonna be like, oh, they're trying to fade it, try to find it. But if you deliver something that's in the world, they can just kind of get a vibe and just kind of just hear for the musicality as opposed to like the loudness. And that's just kind of how I've adjusted my workflow. I mix loud so clients are able to hear how everything really is going to translate in the real world. And when we get to the mastering stage, we're not doing too much, but we're doing enough to like make it better. So I'm going to play it back and I'm going to A/B it. So this is with all the plugins.
I'm not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow at the ground beneath your soul. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never.
So it's a massive improvement as far as like you're hearing more mid-range, top end, things are just like, more definition. And now since we have all this, now we're going to go into each element and like fine tune those. So as everything's getting processed, we're getting a really dialed in tone. Okay. So let's just listen to the song one more time from top to bottom. See where we're at. We're about an hour plus in the mix portion of the song. It's kind of good to like, we've been just clear our heads. Of the break got me so deep, now I carve my name. Everyone just feel like every flame.
to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer with a stone cold face. Now I'm with the weight of the truth. No more disguise and no more excuse. Guard by the war, but I changed the path. Now my silence is louded and run. Burning it all just to feel reborn. Ripped from the flesh, but no longer torn. Not until I and I don't cord. Every echo just means every roar. Break my body. Every lost still. Grinding my bones. I'm not done now. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground beneath your soul. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt and root into death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the heart, I'm still in place. You built a killer with a stone cold face. I used to bleed when they weren't allowed. Now I grunted under the heavy sound. Took things, yeah, I felt everything. Now I wear the band like a diamond ring. You do the chain, but I burst the legs. Felt that from the edge of the brick. Got me so deep, now I carve my name. Everyone just feel like every flame. Straight.
Alright. I had to get coffee. Coffee's a must. Alright. Let's see where are we?
I used to bleed when they weren't allowed. Now I grunted under the heavy sound. Took things, yeah, I felt everything. Now I wear the band like a dog.
Alright, so I think we're gonna kind of get some more. I want some more attack from the drums. Kinda need to just get that going a little bit more. Now that the mix is all kind of, we're in the house. Now we just gotta fine tune some stuff. I'm not getting enough attack of the kick. The samples I think are gonna help me.
I used to bleed when they weren't allowed. Now I grunted under the heavy sound. Took things, yeah, I felt everything. Now I wear the band like a diamond ring. You do the chain, but I burst the legs. Felt that from the edge of the brick. Got me so deep, now I carve my name. Everyone just feel like every flame. Strike me again. Bury my feet. No turning back. I'm not a face. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground beneath your soul. Not a curse, not a crown. get through your final blow. I'm the ground manage your soul. Stomp on the dirt, I rooted to death. Break me now, I.
So, just kind of adding this EQ. So let's take it off. So we're going to add the drums now to check phasing. I think the phase off kind of works. Not huge difference, but yeah. But it's giving the, this is giving the snare more body and more attack. Now we're gonna check the phase on the actual kick drum sample. Really easy plug-in trim. So with drums, it's very important to check phase because as you record with multiple mics, phase issues can create you to lose definition of the low ends. So even with samples, like if you're adding samples, it's got to be timed correctly so it works. I haven't used this one before. This is the latest version of the Helios from UAD. I've preferred the legacy one, but part of the reason I'm doing these streams too is to try to work through new plugins because I have so many plugins that I've bought through the years, and then you gotta get comfortable with what you have. But I thought it'd be fun to like just try different plugins. Like up to now, everything's been kind of stuff that I use on the regular, but now I'm like, let's start having some fun as far as exploring different plugins and see how they can benefit the song. 60 is massive. So I like that 60, but you can't control it, and it's just so heavy. Okay. Let's see how it sounds with the drums. Okay, so this Brainworks subfilter is my favorite thing to add body to a kick and some yeah, kicks in general. Just like if a kick's a little too just attack driven, it doesn't have a lot of body. This is my favorite thing. And I just click on they got this thing called bass drum tight, and then I just check the input and output to make sure that we're not adding too much gain. Pretty interesting. I think this would be kind of a really great tool for picking up beats and sound design. It's doing a little much now, but it's just cool to see it. Okay, so there's something going on here where there's some bad fades. adding fades again. There's a quick command for vocals that if you click a bunch of clips, Command Shift F automatically creates small little fades all across the thing.
You can throw your final blow and the ground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a ground, just a well to never drown. You can throw your final blow and the ground bandage your soul. Stop on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need your blood. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer with us, no cold face. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow and the ground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow and the ground bandage your soul. Stomp on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need your blood. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer with us, no cold face.
Okay, so we're just dialing in some of the drum bus compressor. It was doing too much work. I'm not trying to have this do too much compression. It's more of like just kind of gluing the stuff together. So I like to keep it around -1 dB. A little bit extra is not too bad, but it was going kind of crazy, so I took it off.
Your soul, not a curse, not a drown, just a well to never drown. You can throw your final blow and the ground bandage your soul. Stomp on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need your blood. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer with us, no cold face. Now I want the weight of the truth, no more disguise.
Alright, so this is the bass. What we're gonna do though, we're gonna add a bass amp. And we're gonna go to trusty STL. If it comes up, here we go. Oh, I don't want this tone assistant. They added a ton of features. There's an update available. I thought I just updated this thing. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, I just want my presets, bro. This is like they're a wonderful company, but they've just they've done a lot. They keep changing things on the plugin, and sometimes you're just like, if it works, let's just kind of keep it there, friend. this is pretty cool. Yeah, this is it. Okay. So, yeah. Let's hear this with the drums. Okay, we gotta definitely like address some issues here. Man, let's see. So I like having more distortion on the plug on the bass because it cuts through better. So now we're gonna bring up the parallel compressor. It's not sounding great here. Hold on.
I missed it.
So we're gonna lower the low end because it's once we get to certain notes, it's just all over the place. So we're gonna add a compressor too because I think we have to level out this bass before it hits the amp because it's just it's a little too much all over the place. So I'm trying to find out what I would use for. Oh, you know what? This is a solid bass track. This is the 7.6. The UA 176. Okay, so there's certain notes where it's really uneven in the bass performance, so we're trying to scoop out the EQ, and then I'm compressing it before it goes into the amp simulator because it's just if it goes straight to the amp, it just goes boom. So we're trying to EQ and compress so it's more of a together performance that goes into the amp, and then we're getting a more consistent sound. Because when it's all over the place, the low end's just gotta like overpower the mix. Okay, now we're rocking. This is giving me Deftones, Around the Fur, bass tones, and performance. So we're crushing it.
Manage our soul. Double the dirt and root it to the.
Okay, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send these both guitars into a new aux. Guitar, aux, master. And I might actually have to send these two. So we're going to do these as well. Guitar, aux, master. So I'm going to send the DI guitars, the amp guitars into this new master. So, because I kind of want to like have a control before it goes into the main group, where I can kind of see where it's going. Where are we? Okay, and so all that's going to music alms. All right.
Double the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to slip. Find me the word, I miss the place. You better kill it with that stone cold face. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground manage your soul. Double the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to slip. Find me the word, I miss the place. You better kill it with that stone cold face. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground manage your soul. Double the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to slip. Find me the word, I miss the place. You better kill it with that stone.
Alright, so we're going to start kind of giving some definition to the guitars. I'm trying the API Vision plugin from U80, so
you can throw your final blow. I'm the ground manage your soul. Double the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to slip. Find me the word, I miss the place. You better kill it with that stone cold face. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground manage your soul. Double the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to slip. Find me the word, I miss the place. You better kill it with that stone cold face. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground man. soul. Stumble the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer with a stone cold face. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandage your soul. Stumble the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer with a stone cold face. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandage your soul. Stumble the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer with a stone cold face. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandage your soul. Stumble the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer with a stone cold face. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandage your soul. Stumble the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer with a stone cold face. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandage your soul. Stumble the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer with a stone cold face. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandage your soul.
Alright, so what we're doing there is adding a bunch of, going through the EQs and the compressor of the API vision strip. So it's the classic, it's a 5.5L, and then the compressor, and then the filter. The sweep filter, I was taking out the low end. So, like some of like the very, very low end, because it's a beefy guitar sound, and I want to just try to get less of that sound.
You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandage your soul. Stumble the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer with a stone cold face. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandage your soul. Stumble the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need.
Alright, so kind of got more shape in the distortion, because I'm going to play it before, and you can't really get the definition of the notes.
You can throw your final blow.
So it just kind of sounds like mush, which is kind of the guitar stuff. You really got to dial it in. So this is the guitar, and we're just working on the left side, by the way. We're not even touching the right side. Each side is going to be individual. So let's play the left side.
You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandage your soul.
Now we're adding the EQ, and it's the EQ compressor and of the sweep EQ filter and the to remove the low end stuff that we don't want.
You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandage your soul. Stumble the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a
Yeah, this is now it's hitting, because now we're getting the definition of the guitar like way tighter. So that's really cool.
You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandage your soul. Me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, better kill it with a stone cold face. You can throw your final blow on the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need your slip. Find me the word, I miss the place. You better kill it with a stone cold face. You can throw your final blow on the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need your slip. Find me the word, I miss the...
Okay, so we're gonna add the plugin, the SSL, to the right side. The left side was the AP, and this is actually not the common one that I use. I actually use the Waves, the original SSL channel. I've been using that for years, but again, I'm just trying different plugins. Like I've been using the original SSL, and then I actually like the Brainworks, the J9000. It's been a phenomenal plugin for guitars, but you know, just trying different things. Let's see this different flavors. This one has a different console. I think you can do different bells. Yeah, so you can select between the black and the brown, which I think it's different consoles in EQ, and they all just feel a little different. So let's work on the right side.
You can throw your final blow on the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need your slip. Find me the word, I miss the place. You better kill it with a stone cold face. You can throw your final blow on the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need your slip. Find me the word, I miss the place. You better kill it with a stone cold face. You can throw your final blow on the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now.
I'm gonna show you guys what I'm doing here on TikTok. Kiltro, my guy, welcome. TikTok banned me from my Restream, so we're doing the phone on, but Twitch is the full thing, and so is YouTube. But here is the...
You can throw your final blow on the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need your slip. Find me the word, I miss the place. You better kill it with a stone cold face. You can throw your final blow on the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need your slip. Find me the word, I miss the place. You better kill it with a stone cold face. You can throw your final blow on the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need your slip. Find me the word, I miss the place. You better kill it with a stone cold face. You can throw your final blow on the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need your slip. Find me the word, I miss the place. You better kill it with a stone cold face. You can throw your final blow on the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need your slip. Find me the word, I miss the place. You better kill it with a stone cold face. You can throw your final blow on the ground beneath your soul. Stomp Stumble the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer with a stone cold face. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandage your soul. Stumble the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer.
Okay, so we're doing just a little bit of different flavors. We're adding some dynamics, doing the compression, not too much, just kind of leveling it out. And then I'm still working on getting the definition of the guitars, getting the notes so we can hear more of the notes and it's less of the just like the saturation of the distortion from the guitars. Wonderful job. I like it. I mean, SSL plugins, you can't go wrong. So I kind of like it. So let's keep digging.
You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandage your soul. Stumble the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep.
Okay, so the one thing that I haven't done that I am going to do now is pull in the rear bus plugin, which is very clutch because hold on. Okay, so the plugin, the rear bus is going to add.
You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandage your soul. Stumble the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer with a stone cold face.
Okay, we're back to the rear bus. So the rear bus is a parallel compressor that I send all the instruments minus the drums, no vocals, and I've already routed it earlier in the day, but I'm barely, now that I kind of got the tones of the guitars where I'm getting the definition, now I want to send it out there because I want that tone to get paralleled and squashed, and we're going to bring it in.
You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandage your soul. Stumble the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer with a stone cold face. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandage your soul. Stumble the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer with a stone cold face. You can throw your final blow.
So I'm removing some of the bass going into the parallel compressor because it's really overtaking the mix, but it sounds really rich for the guitars. So I'm doing some balances again.
You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandage your soul. Stumble the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer.
So I'm playing you the track right now. TikTok, love you. You can't quite get it. Twitch, YouTube, we're there live, and you also can go back and watch the replay. You'll hear what I'm A-Bing right now. So I've been sending the rear bus, and I don't have it going in the mix too heavy. The rear bus is probably at -16, and it's bringing the guitars forward, but it still leaves space for the vocals. So let's hear that.
You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandage your soul. Stumble the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need.
Now this is without the rear bus.
to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer with that stone cold face.
With the rear bus for the guitars.
Stumble the dirt and rooted to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer with that stone cold face.
Like where that's at, we're gonna take the DIs now, the guitar DIs that are clean, and we're gonna add our own new amp and see if it helps bring out any additional sound, like characteristics in the guitar tone. So we're just kind of adding something. Doesn't always work, but you know. My favorite amp simulator of the time is STL Tones, and we're gonna go here to okay, tone assistant, no, okay, artist expansions. I already have the artist expansions. These are the ones I own. Ramesh is really my favorite. So this already sounds exactly like what we have, so we're gonna go with something else. What I'm looking to get out of this, and I want to say I learned this from my friends who were the assistants to Terry Date, was that he used to use a clean DI and just to kind of get the mid-range of an amp, of the guitar tone, to kind of make it bigger. So I'm blending the two tones right now, and I'm playing the original tone, and I'm actually taking out some of the top end and mid-range because we're gonna add it with this new DI sound. So this Little Labs IBP workstation face alignment tool kind of just helps. I need to get them the face to kind of work because it's the same guitar sound and same guitar tone. I'm just stacking it. Um, and so I'm just trying to see that it works and it's not phasing out.
Stomp on the dirt and root it to death.
So, kind of working, kind of feeling like it's giving me something. I'm going to copy that same tone just to kind of see how it sounds. So we're going to add an API 2500 compressor for the stereo bus of the guitars, just to kind of get everything together. Let's hit the...
Stomp on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. Jupiter together with the stone cold face. Now I'm with the weight of the truth. No more disguise and no more excuse. Guard by the war, but I changed the path. Now my silence is louder than wrath. Burning it all just to feel reborn. Ripped from the flat, but no longer torn. Not until I am dead on cord. Every echo just means every road. Break my body. Every lost still. Grinding my bones. I'm not done now. Not a curse, not a frown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground.
So very important what I'm doing here. this is the link from the left and the right side. Because the left and the right guitars are completely different tones, I am making them completely independent with this compressor. So the left side and the right side are working independent of each other, and it just allows it to breathe a little better, because otherwise the left side would be compressing the right side, or the vice versa, the right side's compressing the left side. And since they're a little bit different in tone, like it's not gonna let it breathe. And I want them to breathe, but I want them to be compressed at the same time.
On the third and rooted to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. Jupiter killing with that local face. Now I'm with the weight of the truth. No more disguise and no more excuse. Guard by the war, but I changed the path. Now my silence is louded and rot. Burning it all just to feel reborn. Ripped from the flesh, but no longer torn. Not until I am dead on cord. Every echo just fits every road. Break my body. Every lost step.
Alright, so let's take a beat real quickly of the guitar tone without the DIs to be added to see if it's worth keeping. We just did the compressor on the guitar bus, so let's try it. No DIs.
On the third and rooted to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. Jupiter killing with that local face. Now I'm with the weight of the truth.
So a little lower is better. Too loud it wasn't working for me. So let's see here. Let's play this.
On the third and rooted to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. Jupiter killing with that local face. Now I'm with the weight of the truth. No more disguise and no more excuse. Guard by the war, but I changed the path. Now my silence is louded and rot. Burning it all just to feel reborn. Ripped from the flesh, but no longer torn. Not until I am dead on cord. Every echo just fits every road. Break my body. Every lost step, grinding my bones. I'm not thought now. Not a curse, not a crown. Just the will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground beneath your soul. Not a curse, not a crown. Just the will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt and rooted to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the heart, I'm still in place. Jupiter together with us local face. Stomp on the dirt and rooted to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. Jupiter killing with that local face.
So I think we have a good balance of where the drums, bass, and guitars are. Now we're going to focus on vocals, and yeah, we're pretty close to the end of the mix. We don't have a ton of layers of vocals, so we're just gotta make sure we get the balances right, and they cut. So these all are going to group, and yeah. So now let's. First thing we're gonna start with is sending the parallel compression. I already sent it on all of them earlier in the mix, so now we're gonna blend them in too. So before we start doing too much. So let's see.
I used to bleed when they weren't allowed. Now I grudge it under the heavy sound. Took naked, yeah, I felt everything. Now I wear that band like a diamond ring. You threw the chain, but I pierced the legs. Built a throne from the edge of the brick. Got me so deep, now I carve my name. Everyone just feel like every flame. Strike me again. Burying my feet, no turning back. I'm not a face, not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul. Stumble the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to slip. Bite me down hard, I missed the place. You built a killer with a stone cold face. No turning back. I'm not a face, not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your stomp on the dirt and root your face. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul. Stomp on the dirt. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul. Stomp on the dirt. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your.
So just trying to do some controlling with the compressor and also light EQ. So let's hear it again.
Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never.
Okay, so we're gonna send some, add some auxes. We're going to do some effects. I'm just gonna do one reverb and one delay, because I really don't need too much coming out of it. As far as like, we don't need a ton of effects. It's a wall of sound, and I just want the effects to make it feel like it's in a space, in a room. Like it feels kind of glued to the mix. Right now, the vocals being so dry just make it sound like it's not from the mix. So we're just doing a bunch of routing at this moment. I'm sending everything to the FX output. When it comes to adding effects, I always add a EQ before it, so we're not getting a lot of the low stuff. It's just a preset. It's the standard EQ. You can see the curve there. It just takes off the low end and the top end, and I'll put it on both. And then the input for this one is going to be my verb 1. This one's going to be my delay 1. So verb 1, delay 1. Cool, it's routed. Let's see.
Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground beneath your soul. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt and root it to death. Break me. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground beneath your souls. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground beneath your soul. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground beneath your souls. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground beneath your soul. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground beneath. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground beneath your soul.
Okay, so that's really working well. I made it, now it feels like in a space. The delay, I didn't do too crazy stuff. I just went with Echo Boy. I did change, I did this pop start radio echo. It just helps spread it. There's 2 different time of delays on the left and the right. But the style, I chose the studio tape because I wanted it to be a little more refined, because its vocals are very like, they're scream, right? So like, it's attack and like this, just kind of like a natural thing. And if it goes into that transmitter, it just feels too effecty as far as like telephone effect. I didn't want that. I want it to be a smoother delay, so I switched it over to studio tape. Yeah.
Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground beneath your soul. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow, and the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt and root it to death. Not a curse. not a ground, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow and the ground beneath your soul. Not a curse, not a ground, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow and the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt and rooted shame. Not a curse, not a ground, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow and the ground beneath your soul. Not a curse, not a ground, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow and the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt. Not a curse, not a ground, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow and the ground beneath your soul. Not a curse, not a ground, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow and the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need your blood. Bite me down hard, I missed the place. You built a killer with a stone cold face. Not a curse, not a ground, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow and the ground beneath your soul. Not a curse, not a ground, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow and the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt and root. Not a curse, no.
Yo, so what I was doing there is just fine tuning the EQ, the compression, and then as I mentioned, I have the subgroups. I have the vocals going to like one group and then the effects to the other group. So I was leveling out the vocal group with the SSL compressor to kind of just attack a little bit, not too much. And then with the effects group, I was increasing the level of it because I wasn't hearing the effects as much, and I wanted to hear some of the effects so it smooths out the vocal. And yeah, we achieved that.
Not a curse, not a ground, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow and the ground beneath your soul. Not a curse, not a ground, just a will to never drown. You can.
All right, so I like that sound. So now I'm doing the basic thing of just copying all the plugins over there. It's not a band. It's an artist, Kiltro Attack, and he does everything by himself. So he recorded everything on his end and he sent it over to me. The drums are a wave, but I added triggers for the kick and the snare on this track, and the guitars. I'm adding some additional sounds with the clean. He sent me clean DIs for the guitars, and so added that.
Not a curse, not a ground, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow and the ground beneath your soul. Not a curse, not a ground, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow and the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I.
So we've actually reached a CPU issue because I've used too many UAD plugins. So we're going to do the smart thing. And since I have an aux, I'm going to put everything on the aux. And we can kind of get that cooking over there.
Underground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. Underground bandage your soul. Space. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. Underground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. Underground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. Underground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never.
Yeah, the screaming definitely can hurt your throat long term. You have to take care of your voice. And you gotta kind of do it in a very compressive. I have no idea who you're, but yeah. The resonance for the guitars, de-essers and soothe. If I have bad ones that I don't like.
Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. Underground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. Underground bandage your soul. Stop all the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. Jump the killer with a stone cold face.
Okay, so I had to redo the vocal processing because I switched it from individual tracks into the aux track. If you can, you guys see this here? Not right. We are maxed out on DSP power from the UAD plugins, so happens.
Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. Underground bandage your soul. Not a curse, not a crown, just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. Underground bandage your soul. Stop all the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. Jump at the killer with a stone cold face. Now I want the weight of the truth. No more disguise and no more excuse. Caught by the war, but I changed the path. Now my silence is louder than wrath. Burning it all just to feel reborn. Ripped from the flesh, but no longer torn. Not until I am dead on cord. Every echo just fits every road. Break my body. Every lost it.
Okay, so the verse has some wild stuff going on right now that it's not consistent in some of the volume levels, so it's throwing off the processing.
Now I want the way.
So I'm gonna run through it and level it out through clip gain, so you can see here.
Now I want the weight of the truth. No more disguise and no more excuse. Scarred by the war, but I changed the path. Now my silence is louder than wrath. Burning it all just to feel reborn. tell I, and they don't know the tell I. Rip from the flesh, but no longer torn. Know the tell I, and they don't cord. Every echo just fits every road. Break my body. And I don't cord. Every echo just fits every road. Break my body. Every lost still grinding my bones. I'm not thought, no. Not a curse, not a crowd. Just a will.
Okay, so that ended up leveling it out, so we gotta do it for this one as well.
I used to bleed when they weren't allowed. Now I grudge it under the heavy sound. Took naked, yeah, I felt everything. Now I wear the band like a diamond ring. Took naked, yeah, I felt everything. Now I wear the band like a diamond ring. You do the tank, but I burn the legs. You do the tank, but I burn the legs. Build that throne from the edge of the brick. Got me so deep, now I come. You do the tank, but I burn the legs. Build that throne from the edge of the brick. Got me so deep, now I carve my name. Everyone just feel like every flame. Strike me again. Bury my feet. No turning back. Strike me again. Strike me again. Me again. Bury my feet. No turning back. I'm not a fan. Strike me again. Strike me again. Bury my feet. No turning back. I'm not a face. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandit. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground bandit, your soul. Stop on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer with a stone cold face. 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 Killer with a stone cold face. Killer with a stone cold face. Stop on the dirt and root it to death. Break me now, I don't even need to sleep. Find me the word, I miss the place. You built a killer with a stone cold face. Now I want them. More excuse, guard by the war, but I changed the path. Now my silence is louder than wrath. Born in it all, just to feel reborn. Ripped from the flesh, but no longer torn. Not until I and I don't cord. Every echo just fits every road. Break my body.
Alright, so that was just a breakdown, and I was doing a bunch of any sound difference between UAD Unison and UAD X native. I haven't tried it, the native stuff. I have the satellite and so it's my workflow. I don't see myself changing until it's absolutely mandated. So I'll probably keep doing buying satellites as the technology ages out. But I've had this one for a while and it works. I'm sure everyone says they sound the same, so I don't think there's much of a different sound. I think it's just more DSP, and I care to have DSP. So, but yeah, right now I just went through a master leveling thing of all the different vocals. I added de-esser because some of the stuff was getting kind of wild, and still trying to find the balance of the effects bleeding into the actual vocal. I mean, bleeding into like the main mix, because like I wanted to get a small blend of the vocals effects, so it feels like smooth. Because like reverb will help smooth out the vocal. So that's what I'm trying to balance.
But now my silence is louded and rot. Burning it all just to feel reborn. Ripped from the flesh, but no longer torn. Not until I am dead on cord. Every echo just fits every road. Break my body. Every lost still. Grinding my bones. I'm not done now. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final. I'm the ground beneath your soul. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt, I root into death. Break me now, I don't even just live. Bite me down hard, I'm still in place. You build together with a stone cold face.
Yeah. So cool thing is that we actually only went up a dB, adding all the processing to all the individual effects, which is super amazing. And I'm right about where I need to be loudness wise, and that's has made this process really cool. So it makes it worth spending all the time on the front end that I do checking the levels. So as far as like the gain staging, like once we put all the tracks in and we put all the master bus, nothing is getting too compressed. Nothing, everything is just like working a little bit here, a little bit there, and the chains. And now we're towards the end of the mix, and we're still at the levels. We're still where we need to be. We know we can hear things clear. There's no big surprises right now. And I'm going to probably lower the mix, some of the additional stuff we added on the last maximizer from Ozone. And yeah.
But now my silence is louded and rot. Burning it all just to feel reborn. Ripped from the flesh, but no longer torn. Not until I am dead on cord. Every echo just fits every road. Break my body. Every lost still. Grinding my bones. I'm not done now. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground beneath your soul. Not a curse, not a crown. Just a will to never drown. You can throw your final blow. I'm the ground beneath your soul. Stomp on the dirt, I root into death. Break me now, I don't.
Alright, well, I think we did it. I think we're in a really good place. The mix, I'm going to give it a fresh spin tomorrow with some New Year's and then just make any final adjustments. But we're in a great place. Drums are knocking, have a lot of attack from the kick and the snare. Guitars getting the definition we want. Bass, super solid. And the vocals are right in the pocket. So appreciate you coming. I'll be here next week. Got to flip the style. I don't think we're doing metal next week. Might be hip hop or might be like an indie rock thing. So appreciate you guys. Be well.